I don't know.
You know, it's too early to say this. I've been up since 5:30 in the morning, but for a Monday, not too bad. Pretty bueno.
Well, now that Paul is pissed into the wind.
Yep. This is not real wood, but I will knock on it regardless.
Yeah. This is real wood, I think.
Well, I guess it's probably
railroad.
pulped something. I don't know.
Yeah. So, if you have $350 to burn and you have an older Surface, you can now use you will soon be able to use the ProFlex keyboard. I get it, but I don't.
Yeah. First of all, it's a beautiful device. It's a really nice peripheral. Some people complain about Surface, touch or whatever they're called, type covers, for being too kind of bouncy or whatever. But I'd never had a problem. Supposedly this one's even stiffer, so it's even better for that kind of thing. But I feel like the detachable Bluetooth keyboard thing is one of those like demos well, and people are like, yeah, that's really cool. And then a lot of times you don't really need it, but it's, there's nothing wrong with it. It's expensive. I mean,
yeah,
the Apple priced keyboard.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
350. Like, I feel like when you're buying like the Surface Pro specifically, you are making a conscious choice that you are choosing that form factor and that style of usability.
Computer, like a real computer, not
over something iPad. Else.
Yeah.
If you're willing to spend an extra $350 to get an improved, then you really wanted just a laptop, and then just go buy a laptop. You'll be better off. You go buy a Surface laptop, you would be happier.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they want it detached because they want to draw on the screen, but then they could go over here and use the keyboard. And I don't know. It seems like a really niche use case to me. But I don't mind it. It's one of those things. Whatever. It's an option. You don't want it?
It is.
You don't have to worry about it.
That is a very valid and fair point.
And you remember this probably back, I don't know. I want to say it was like Surface Pro 2 or
are you talking
somewhere
about
in that time frame. Yeah, they had the the normal type and touch covers, right? But they sold this battery that was the shape of a barrel, and you would clip the keyboard onto that, and then you could do what you do.
No. I'm not even there. There was a type cover with a battery in it.
With a battery built in. No, I know. These are two different things. But this would, that would provide. I think that would provide extra battery to the device itself. That one. But the thing I'm talking about was this little peripheral. It's probably like $100 or something. And it would just power the keyboard, and that way you could have them separate like this. And so this is more elegant than that. And actually, I think whatever sliver battery they have in there is probably what gives it that additional lack of flex or whatever, or
probably
stiffness or whatever. Like I said, I have no use for this kind of computer. I still think Surface Pro is pretty great. I think it's neat that there's something out there for people who do like that or need it. Mm-hmm. This is just another option, and it's one of those things I absolutely do not need or want, but I'm not offended by it. I guess.
No, I don't. If it was $99, I'd be like, hey, but
even a normal, I don't know what they call it anymore. The type cover with the little well there for the pen. I mean, it's got to be like $169 somewhere in there. So this one, it's really, I don't know, maybe it's more. This is really expensive.
The bundle is like $450.
Is it?
Yeah.
With the pen. Yeah. I'm talking about the non-flex version.
For that amount of money, can you buy an iPad with a pen?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yep, you can. But $350 plus $100. Yeah. Yep. I know, but
I get it.
I'm not.
I get it. I'm the same way. Mm-hmm. Like if you need it and you want it, and it's there.
Look, you buy whatever the stupid keyboards, like Magic Keyboard, whatever, for the iPads. Those are $350. This is definitely Apple pricing, for this kind of thing. But you also get that additional, I don't know, the keyboard's built into the thing, right? I mean, part of the deal with the Apple keyboard is you need something to hold it up, right? So that has to be part of the keyboard. It kind of boggles my mind all these years later that I know there are some, but no iPad or whatever ever came with a built-in kickstand, it's so obvious. But I guess that, whatever, they sell covers and keyboards and stuff. I don't know.
The absolute irony, and by irony I mean hypocrisy of this, is that upstairs in my house I have a keyboard that I use every day. It was probably about $400. So.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All in on the mechanical keyboard.
Sure, and the thing, it's probably like some mechanical, like ridiculous keyboard
that
like
GMMK Pro, and I got a whole bunch of switches and fancy.
Yeah, so I mean, to most people, that's like, I don't even understand this purchase, let alone would never make it myself. But yeah,
but it's a solid block of milled aluminum. It is a joy, and also a home defense weapon because it's so damn heavy.
Right.
Anyways, there you go. It's a Monday.
It sure is.
Monday of the last week of the fiscal year, which I think is actually the more important thing. So we're going to see, here's my prediction. We'll see a bunch of very small, non-meaningful announcements come out of Microsoft as every team tries to shove that thing under the door as the fiscal year comes.
I thought you were going to say a bunch of small layoffs across the company.
Well, I think that's a July thing.
Yeah. This is also the last week of my trip here.
Yes.
Which has alternatively been moving by very quickly, and also an eternity.
Yeah. How long have you been down there?
An eternity. No, since beginning, I don't know, like 2.5 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
Somewhere there.
How do you book these trips? Like, do you just look for a certain flight price and then you're like, we'll go?
Well, a lot of it is just logistical because we have nieces and nephews that have to be available to watch the cats, right? And be at the place. Like, that was one of those people who was there that day that my Surface arrived, so they could sign for it or whatever. They didn't actually have to sign for it, but at least it wasn't sitting out on the stoop. So that's been the difficulty there. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but my daughter is about to move, and she told my wife she was thinking about getting some cats. And we were like, well, no reason to buy something new. We got something used. So she might be taking the cats from us in the next month or so. So that will open up our schedule pretty dramatically.
I just imagine your daughter walking into your house and you have them in like an adoption shelter you've built on the couch and be like, look, there's this one.
Yep. She's only 3 years old. Really? She looks
all
no, 3. She's 3. She's 3.
Throw in a bag of food.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't want to get too ahead of it. But yeah, I mean, we don't, it doesn't matter when we fly. So yeah, we just try to book whatever the best. We will plus or minus several days and look at prices and all that stuff.
I mean, since you're not beholden to hotel rates or whatever availability,
exactly.
I guess flight price is your only real variable at that point.
Yeah, but sometimes I get these Google alerts and other whatever. Like there's it used to be called Scott's something. It's like Going is the name of it, but they do like flight alerts. So we'll get you'll see some good deal and look out at it, and then if it makes sense, we're like, yeah, we'll just go then. Like it's fine. We don't care.
Yeah. No, I use it. That's how a lot of times we'll try to figure out our spring break is like actually about right now is when you want to sign up for those things.
Yeah.
Say, my daughter's spring break is this week to this week. It's like, where are we going? It's like, well, what's going to make the most sense?
I think you've done the thing that I always felt very strongly about. And before it was a possibility, I always said I would do and then did do, which was your kid's vacation is whatever week it is. But plus or minus a couple of days, you're like, if the kid has to lose a day of school because that's the right time to go, we're doing that, and we always did. And what's one lost day of school for an 8-year-old or a 12-year-old or whatever my kids or your kid now are or were? Who cares? But a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not taking I'm going to like cut days off of my vacation, nope.
Yeah, spring break is always the place we want to go. I don't know if we're gonna get there next year. The place I'd like to go for spring break is actually Sedona, like way down.
Oh, that's I would
or whatever. Like there's national parks and stuff down around that area.
Yeah, you've been to the Grand Canyon, I assume.
Well, no, further south. There's like White Sands National Park. There's the Petrified.
No, Forest. I know. I mean, regardless of what it is, like I would say, like don't just go to Sedona because it's not. A couple of days in, you're going to be like,
oh no, we want to stay in Sedona. We need an airport that is down in that region.
Well, Phoenix is, I think, an hour or two from I don't remember
Phoenix
exactly.
or whatever. But then you get into the matrix of desirable flights, and I think Sedona actually there's a direct from Cincinnati maybe.
Oh boy, wow, that's amazing. Okay, I mean it's pretty, but there's a place in Mexico called San Miguel de Allende, which is they're not similar in many ways, other than both being really pretty places. And then you're there for 2-3 days, and you're like, we kind of done it all. Time to do something different.
Yeah, the Carlsbad's Caverns National Park is down over there somewhere.
Yeah, that's in southern New Mexico. That's very close-ish to White. What do you call it? White.
Yeah,
you just said it. White Sands. White Sands.
Maybe I was thinking of Albuquerque. Maybe it wasn't Sedona. I don't know.
Albuquerque is in the middle of the state, but
New
Mexico is beautiful. There's all kinds of stuff in New Mexico.
Right, and then spring break time, it's not death down there yet. It's not too hot.
And I don't imagine New Mexico's much of a destination for spring break regardless. And then, it's not, even in the summer, New Mexico's not that bad. It's not like Phoenix or Arizona. It's or most of it isn't anyway. I mean, it's a dry heat, Brad, as we say.
That'll be a last minute trip if we book it. That's because our other trip will be to Glacier next year, and that's so much more planned out and
whatever.
Anyways, it's Monday.